So I got a comment the other day asking me why I've switched so many times from high carb to high fat. What are the symptoms that you're feeling on each diet that causes you to switch and go back and forth? What are you trying to relieve? Let us discuss it.
He's in the ocean. He's in the ocean.
So here's the deal. For those of you who are confused about this diet flip-flopping pattern, if you go back to the very beginning of my channel, my first video was saying, I healed colitis on this fruit-based diet, high carb vegan. The very next video was like, why I'm on a high fat diet. So like I've been doing this from the beginning, and here's what happens. I go on high carb and I experience those candida symptoms, those itchiness, the acne. That's mostly it. Blood sugar swings, insulin resistance. That's why I feel like this time we're finally tackling that aspect, improving blood sugar metabolism so powerfully that like nothing could ever happen. So like adding all this sugar should give me all these candida symptoms, but I don't think, other than the odd zit popping out, which will be the death of me, we pretty much have it under control. I don't have the mood swings. I'm not starving all the time. There's no big crash in the afternoon. For the most part, things are good. In the past on high carb vegan diets, I couldn't achieve the balance of just high energy, great skin, perfect digestion. So like either I was bloated and gassy or constipated or diarrhea all the time, or my skin was terrible. One would always suffer, and it was just so annoying. Itchy scalp was a big one. The skin issues, it was mostly skin, sensitive teeth, a lot of pain and worship. That's not the word. Brain fog, that was one of them. That's been improved so much. It's not perfect, but it's basically acceptable. Now, when it comes to the high fat side, usually when I switched from all those symptoms I was experiencing on high carb, and then I go low carb, high fat, what seems to happen most times is all the itchiness goes away, all those candida-like symptoms. Usually the skin clears up, and back in the day, I used to get a mood boost. I just felt happier on the fats for some reason. I think it's just because I added salt. That's all it was, because now my mood is better than it's ever been on high fat. So I'm eating all the sugar out the yin-yang, and I'm happy, so it's fun. But usually, and not always, usually on the high fat vegan diet, the skin clears up finally, and I put up with the lower energy, the constipation guarantee, and those two things just always happen on a high fat diet. I don't know what to do to, most of you like eat a fatty meal, it just slides out your ass, not me. It stays in there. Something about fiber plus fat just locks up in my gut and never comes out. So it's painful, but I deal with it because my skin is perfect on high fat vegan at least. When I went carnivore, I was expecting that also to happen, but it took me like 11 months on a carnivore diet, and I had to eat so much lard that I was just nauseous all the time. So it wasn't worth it, but usually high fat vegan or carnivore bring their own symptoms of nausea, liver pain, vertigo, and here we get into like way more serious issues like heart pain. I've had that so many, right in the nipple. I don't know what ventricle that is, but there's one in there and it hurts. I would get liver pain often after eating meals. It's like that sharp pain. Just, I don't think we're meant to digest that much fat at a time, especially when you go like one meal a day and then I'm gonna overload my body with all this fat and meat. It's just like painful. And then the fatigue, my God, after every meal. Do you have any idea how good I feel after my super big vegan dinners now? Hopefully that continues, but it's just like my energy doesn't even seem to dip. It has to be slightly lower, but I'm still focused mentally and I'm happy and I'm good. And sometimes I go for a walk immediately after I have all this energy, whereas every single time on high fat, I would eat my meal, whether it was 2 or 1 meal a day. I was exhausted after and likely nauseous as well. So usually in the past, if you watch my videos, you have to listen very carefully Because I would say, like, I feel so fantastic on this high-fat diet. Yeah, because I was fasting, running off cortisol and adrenaline. And then I'm out here making all these videos, and like, I feel great. And then I go home, and it's like, someone do my laundry for me. I don't care who you are. Ketosis gives you less energy than carbs. If you feel different, it's because you didn't have glucose metabolism locked in to where you're actually feeling the energy that sugar gives you, because it's a much higher level. You can still have energy down here in the middle on high fat, and it's like steady energy, lower, but good enough. Whereas like rocket fuel sugar, and it's not a spike and dip. It's rocket fuel all day long. There is no crash here. I'm not like hangry, where I'm just like trying to kill people for sugar sticks. I'm just good, it's balanced. I'm not craving anything. I have such a balanced diet now. 2 fruit meals, and then a starchy, salty, spicy meal with all the veggies. And it's just like, there is no crazy hormone swing, hunger attacky feeling. I used to get that all the time, but thanks to Nutrition by Victoria and all these high carb gurus and snake diet out there, it's like the insulin resistance is the final piece. And for me, the fasting, I guess, did it, because there's studies that show fasting is almost the same exact thing as a high-fat diet when it comes to insulin resistance. So I just removed fat. I haven't eaten any overt fats in over a month, if not 2 months. I've never done that before. So like when you see me going back and forth between all these diets, here he goes again, he's just gonna do this over and over again. I always make tweaks, small little tweaks. Juicing, nope. Smoothies, okay. Lots of veggies, no veggies whatsoever, fruitarian. So this time, it's just no fat. And that seems to be fantastic. So the final piece of the puzzle here is just perfect teenage baby boy skin. That's all I want. It has to be a combination of teenage baby skin. It has to be perfect, and I don't know why, but it continues to not be great. So like once I solve that, I don't know, man. I had the idea the other day, since I'm on this high carb diet, why wouldn't I put sugar on my face instead? I'm thinking of getting some glycerin. Dare you dream it. You moisturize with sugar, it writes itself. But like that's the last piece of the puzzle. I don't know, man, if it's candida or digestion or what, but I get the odd breakout. It's not perfect, but one day it will be and could be. That sounded confident. I believe it. So once I have that, I'll be laughing because I already have the energy. Digestion's pretty good. Mood's great. I can live like this. I want to look better so people will believe what the hell I say. Then I won't be a laughing stock of your village. That's good times. That's worth a thumb up, isn't it? Apparently it's not. But the reason you're thumbing it down is because you clear your skin by rubbing sheep testicles on your forehead. That's, you know you have to do that for 18 minutes. Everyone knows that's the secret to sheep testicle therapy. You're not special. You didn't invent it. It's not gonna work either. Not like the glycerin. It's sugar on the face, it writes itself. Sheep testicles. Gotta be kidding yourself. You think that's gonna work? I'll leave. After Bitcoin, huh? All right, I'm out of here. Nature has the answers, my friend.